Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I've had a lot of firsts in my life, as I'm sure many of you guys have too. My first word, my first toy, my first kiss. What happened? Let's just get on down to this video and roll the intro. So I basically have a list of questions of what my first times were doing certain things. So yeah, the first question is my first word. I had this conversation with my mom a while ago, and I believe my first word was mama or like something along those lines, because I mean, my dad didn't do shit for me, so I doubt my first words were dada. First app you check when you wake up in the morning. It usually depends. If someone messages me or whatever, then like I'll gravitate more towards that one. But if like I have no notifications, my phone is dry, which is, you know, a lot. I probably go to Instagram first. I don't know why. I just feel like it's just easier to just like go through it. And then like once I wake up more, then I like to go on Twitter, because like on Twitter, Twitter's like my news. I find out all my shit on Twitter. Like I find out things that's going on in the world, the fucked up things on Twitter. So I need like a little time to just like wake up and then check Twitter. My first celebrity crush. Okay, I remember this. My first celebrity crush was between Zero, the guy from Holes. I'll put a picture of him right here. I had the biggest crush on him when I was younger. So it was between him and Agent Cody Banks. I loved them so much. I don't know which movie I saw first. I'm not sure which one came out first, but I remember I was so in love with these two at a young age, and I had like the biggest crush on them. Yeah. So Zero and Agent Cody Banks. My first crush was in kindergarten. I liked this boy. I'll just say his name. Like, I mean, there's like a trillion guys with this name. His name was Josh. I had like the biggest crush on him. I remember I got so jealous because, so in the morning, like after we took attendance, the teacher would ask like the kids like, oh, who wants to take the attendance to the office? They picked 2 students to go at a time. So like Josh was one of them, and he got to pick someone else, but he chose this girl named Esmeralda. And I hated her for the rest of kindergarten. I was like, bitch, you stole my man. Like, I was so upset, and I was like so heartbroken. I was like, why didn't he pick me to go to the fucking office with him? Like, story of my life. But yeah, the first movie I remember seeing, I don't think I can go back that far. I don't think I could really like remember and tell you like for sure, oh my god, I remember seeing this movie like when I was like an infant. So like I don't want to like bullshit and lie to you, but I remember my mom told me that the first movie that they took me to see in theaters was Titanic. Don't know why, but like I was still a baby, so my mom, my dad, and my sisters went, and I was like a baby, and so like my mom didn't really get to see like a lot of the movie because like she kept having to go to the back or like go outside and like shut me up. So that was the first movie I went to see in theaters. However, the first movie I remember seeing, I can't tell you. I feel like it was Tarzan. I don't know why. I just feel like it was Tarzan. I don't know, but yeah. Titanic. Who was your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher was a woman named Mrs. Bowman. That sounds so funny now. She was honestly super cool. I really liked her. She was one of my favorite teachers. Her and my second grade teacher were like probably my favorite, and they really loved me. Like I was a good kid. Like I was a good ass kid. Like I remember in kindergarten, either kindergarten or first grade, we had like student of the month. I got student of the month like 3 times because they were just like, you know what? These kids ain't got shit on Alyssa. So like, you know, they just like casually like gave me the vote, you know, every student of the month, here you go, Alyssa. So I don't know, but she was cool. Hope she's doing good. If you're seeing this, hi Mrs. Bowman, this is what you shaped. She's probably like, fuck. My first pet, I had my very first dog when I was like probably like 6 or 7. His name was Chewy. He was a Chihuahua. I'll put a picture of him and me right here. He was literally my best friend, and it was like the most heartbreaking story of my life. I was depressed when he died. I was heartbroken. I was devastated. He was my best friend. Losing a dog, it just fucking sucks. Like, I know people, like when people like post about like RIP to their dog or whatever, people are like, oh my god, like she's overreacting, like it's a dog. If you're lucky, they were with you for, you know, years and years, and like they're part of your family, and like that shit broke my heart, dude, especially because I was a kid. But yeah, I love that dog so much. First broken bone. Well, my last story time was about the time that I got my first broken bone. So if you'd like to see that, just go ahead and check it out. It was a little sneak peek, but link is in the description if you want to see that entire video. My first swear word. Okay, I was a very good girl in elementary school. I was like an angel. I never cussed or anything. I remember watching this one movie, I think it was called like Crash or something, with my sisters. It was like a pretty adult movie, like for like mature audiences. I don't really remember much about it, but I just remember like they cussed a lot, and I was pretty young. And this guy said something like kind of shaped the entire movie, and he said something with the F word in it, and my dumbass repeated it. And my sister, I was watching it with my two sisters, and my sister literally beat the shit out of me, dude. Like, I fucking, like, no tea, no shade, but like my sister, dude, like, down. My mom was, you know, always working when I was younger, so like I was always in the care of my grandma or in the care of my sisters. My sister really thought she could punish my ass, dude, and I was like, hey, back off. I mean, she had the right to punish me, because what right do I have saying the F word at like 6 years old? But like, she slapped me like on my face, and my mom was always like, you need to slap her on the hand or like slap her on the butt, like don't slap her face. I'm like, oh man, I just took a whole bunch of beatings, you know, but it's all good, it's all good. No hard feelings, Chris, no hard feelings. First time I ever got into trouble at home and school. I would get in trouble a lot at home. However, at school I was an angel. So at home, I can't tell you. I probably did some stupid shit, like made my sisters mad or did something bad to my sisters. That's like a given. But at school, dude, like I'm telling you, like I was really good. I never got sent to the principal's office, but there was this one time, I can't remember the story exactly. There was a point in time in like 5th or 4th grade where like jump roping was like the shit. Like like everyone and their whole crew were jump roping at recess, and I was in it, and I was good, dude. I was fucking bad. And so I remember this one girl, she came, I don't know if she was in her class, but like we knew her, and she came over to like our group of friends, and she's like, oh hey, can I jump rope with you guys? I think everyone was like, yeah, of course, that's fine. I think she was jump roping with us, but then like she got mad, or like she didn't do something right, so she got mad and she left, basically is what happened. And I have to say this because it is very important in the story. She was a black little girl, and so we go back to class after recess. Me and all my friends get sent to the principal's office. The teacher's like, hey, you guys need to go to the principal's office. So we go, and the principal's like, oh, this girl, we'll call her Sarah. They're like, Sarah said that you didn't want her to play jump rope with you guys because she's black. And we were like, dude, no, what the fuck? Like what the fuck? Like, no, like how can you say like that shit? Like how can you like accuse us of that? Like that's such like crazy accusation that could ruin our lives and shit, and then like it would go on our record. And obviously no one felt like that. We told her, yeah girl, like play with us, you know, but I don't know why she got mad and she just like snapped. But yeah, I don't know if that's on my record. First makeup item. You know, I wasn't ever really into lipsticks when I was a kid. To be honest, I'm still not a lipstick girl. Like of course I'll wear it because like if I already have a full like beat face, like I need to have lipstick on, like even if it's just like a nude color. But when I was younger, I don't think I was really into lipsticks and lip glosses and stuff. So I think my first ever makeup item was probably a like powder, like a loose, no, not a loose powder, like a cover-up powder, like one of those CoverGirl cover-up powders in the little compact with like the mirror and shit. I think that was probably my first ever makeup item. First time you were allowed to put on makeup. Probably like in 6th grade, I was allowed to wear lip gloss. My mom would always give me lip gloss for like picture day and stuff, but not like for like everyday regular use. I've always had like really bad dark circles because it's hereditary. My mom has really dark circles, so I have them too. So like I would want to cover that up and like look less tired, more awake and stuff. So I would use like the cover up, the powder. That's pretty much it. Because in elementary school, they had like this really strict rule where like all the girls were not allowed to wear makeup. If they were, they would have got sent to the principal's office, got written up and sent home, or they had to like take off their makeup or whatever. It was just like a big deal. So I never wore makeup in 6th grade, but sometimes I could get away with some powder. But if I had to say like when I really started wearing makeup, I guess I would say 8th grade. Because I think in 8th grade I started to wear like foundation and stuff, but like very minimal, like very minimal. Have you seen 14-year-olds nowadays? She looks older than me. Like, where's her awkward phase? I don't fucking know. My first ever cell phone. Ooh, I had my first cell phone when I was in 6th grade. I'm not sure. It was one of those flip phones. It was an LG blue Samsung flip phone. I thought I was a shit. I was just like rolling up like, hey girl, like not even. I had like minutes. So like I could not go over that limit or else my mom would kick my ass. So it was nothing special, nothing like how kids have nowadays with iPhones and shit, like when they're in 3rd grade, but that's fine. First YouTuber you were subscribed to. Probably one of the first people that I was subscribed to. Oh, you know what? I was really obsessed with Kingsley. I don't know if he goes by It's Kingsley Bitch or I don't know, but like I was really obsessed with him at one point, like early on. I know I was really here for Jenna Marbles. I still am. I think she was probably one of the first that I was subscribed to as well. I used to watch Tyler Oakley back in the day. Now, not so much. I would say mostly Jenna Marbles. She's come a long way and I've been here for it, so. My first boyfriend slash girlfriend. Well, I've only ever had boyfriends. So my first boyfriend, I don't know if I mentioned this on here, but my first boyfriend, I had him in 7th grade and it lasted like like 2 weeks. I dated him twice. I lasted like 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks, so like in total it was like a month. I liked him so much. I thought he was so cute. I got so nervous around him. Like we could never talk in public. Like whenever we would sit next to each other, like we would just sit there and just like not even hold hands, like not even talk. My heart was like beating out of my chest whenever I was with him. I could never like talk to him or anything, and I was just like, oh hi, what are you doing? But yeah, so that was that. The next question is my first ever kiss. Well, my first ever kiss was with my first boyfriend, and we didn't know how to kiss. It was a strange concept is what it was. So I remember one day, like everyone was forcing us to like kiss and stuff and like hold hands. They're like, just do it, like you guys are dating already and blah blah. And I remember one time at lunch, one of my friends was like, oh, like just do it. And so we were together and we didn't know how. And so she literally had to position our heads to like get ready to kiss. And right when like we leaned in, a gust of wind like blew my hair like into half of my face. So when he kissed me, he kissed half of my lips and that was it. That was my first kiss. And last question, my first piercing and when did I get it? I got my first piercing when I was probably like 11. I have had my ears pierced 3 times. I guess I have very sensitive ears. They get like swollen, like really badly swollen after I get them pierced and like I leave, because you're supposed to leave the piercing in for a couple of days. After a while, my ears would get really irritated. So like I would like give my ears a break and then the next night or like a couple nights after that, the hole would close. And so when I had to re-pierce them, I just like shoved it back in there. Obviously I sanitized it, but like I shoved it back in there. I still have these like 2 little balls in my ear and I don't know what it is. Like I don't know if it's like a ball of pus or like what, but I've had my ears pierced 3 times and all 3 holes are closed. So they're closed for business. I do want to get my ears pierced again, but I just feel like it's such a hassle and I feel like it's just not the right time in my life. I feel like it's just gonna be another waste of money. They're gonna close again and my ears are gonna get irritated and I'm just gonna be like, fuck, I have no holes in my ears. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for new videos every single week. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell to be notified every single time I upload. Make sure to follow all my social medias. They will be linked down below. As always, I love you very much and I will see you in the next one. Bye. My first toy, Choco. baby, that wasn't an invite. Choquitos. This is my son, Mr. Chocos. But baby, that wasn't an invite, puppy. I'm filming a video, puppy. I'm trying to put bread on the table, puppy. Like this shit pays. I wish it did though.